After check your knowledge and after some practical problems, now we will be start is the AOP and BOI. What is the meaning as per Income Tax Act Section 4? Now we are doing it here discussing the concept of is a person and AOP and Section 4 Income Tax Act 1961 is the charging section of the tax income in India, and it states that where any central act enacts that income tax shall be charged for any assessment year at any rate or tax shall be charged for that year in accordance with and subject to the provision of Income Tax Act in the respect of the total income of previous year of every person. It is the person definition as per Income Tax Act Section 2 Clause 31 of the Income Tax Act 1961 states that person includes individual, HUF, company, firm, association, AOP and BOI and local authority and every artificial juridical person not falling within the above categories. Now is as per Income Tax Act is a separate assessee AOP and BOI. When two or more person or individual join together to do some activity to produce income by their efforts in the common without forming a partnership firm or a public and private limited company, we can call is a AOP. But in BOI, when two or more individual, it is their natural year, not a artificial. Associated with themselves to earn income, it is called BOI and body of individual. As per name is BOI and AOP. It is now is what is the difference between it is here is definition is a difference between AOP and BOI. Created voluntary two or more persons joining together to earn income without the intention to form a partnership. Coheres, collectives BOI, created by operation by the law, two or more individuals joined together with a common purpose to earn income. And is calculation of the shares. How to calculation of shares? Member of AOP and BOI computation of tax liabilities where is a share of member are known as determined computation of tax liabilities where share of the members of AOP and BOI. And now is very important how to calculation of tax liability where share members AOP and BOI any interest, salary, commission and any other remunerations paid to any member in respect of the previous year shall be deducted from the total income of the AOP and BOI. And the balance ascertained and apportioned among the members. If the amount apportions to a member under clause 1 is a profit, any salary, interest, commission or other remunerations paid to members by the AOP and BOI in respect of the previous year shall be added in the amount and the result by the treated result shall be treated as the member share in the income of AOP and BOI. And when we liability calculate of the tax, share of members AOP and BOI are not determined if the amount a member under clause 1 is loss any salary, interest, commission or the remuneration paid by the member AOP and BOI in respect of the previous year shall be adjust against that amount shall result treated as a member share on the income is income or loss AOP and BOI. The share of the member in income or loss AOP BOI as calculated in the manner described above. Clause 1 to 3 shall the purpose of the assessment the appointed under the various heads in the income manner in which the income of loss AOP and BOI has determined under each head of the income. Exemption of the share for the calculation of tax liabilities for AOP and or BOI. And AOP and BOI is assessed separately. The share of income received its member and association shall be dealt with as given head. If AOP and BOI is taxed at the maximum marginal rate or any higher rate, the share of a member shall not be included in his total income at all. If no income tax is chargeable on the total income of the association or body of the share, member therein shall be chargeable to tax as a part of his total income, and no rebate will be allowed if tax has been paid by the association or body at normal rates. Income tax shall not be payable in respect of such shares, although it shall form part of the total income of the number. It means on such share income tax relief shall be allowed at an average rate of risk. It is if total income any member of AOP or BOI is chargeable to tax a rate which is higher than the maximum marginal rate, the tax shall be charged on its total income at such higher rate. For example, where a non-domestic company is a member of an AOP and tax on total income AOP shall be charged at the rate applicable of the company. The individual of shares member AOP and BOI shall be deemed to be determined unknown if such shares in relation to the whole or any part of income are indeterminate on the date of formation AOP and BOI anytime together. Charge of tax. Number 1, none of the member is liable to tax where none of the member AOP and BOI has income is excess of the maximum amount, which is not chargeable to tax. The AOP BOI shall pay tax on its income at the same rates as are applicable to an individual or normal rates. Members, number 2, members liable to tax. The total income of any member of the AOP or BOI for the previous year, excluding his share from AOP and BOI exceeds the minimum taxable limits, the tax shall be charged on its total income at maximum marginal rate. Number 3, members liable to tax at high rate maximum marginal rate as per section 87. Where any member of such association or body chargeable to tax for the previous year at a rate or rate which is higher than the maximum marginal rate, the tax shall be charged on that portions of the total income of the association of body is related to the shares such member at such higher rates as the case may be, and the balance of the total income of the association or the body shall be taxed at the maximum marginal rate. Maximum marginal rate as per section 2 clause 29C, it means rate of income tax including surcharge of income tax if and applicable in relation to the highest slab of income in case of AOP and BOI as specified in the Finance Act of the relevant year to year. It means as in Finance Act year to year, it will be update that what is the AOP and BOI, the what will be tax paid. We have discussed regarding surcharge at applicable rate. Further, on the amount of income tax and surcharge, health and education fees is leviable at the rate 4%. As per section 86, as a member of AOP and BOI, if any member has income excluding share AOP and BOI above the exemption limit, then AOP BOI has to pay tax at maximum marginal rate. Where none of the members has total income exceeding the maximum exemption limit, in such case AOP will pay income tax on its total income tax slab rates which are the same applicable to an individual, and the benefit to basic exemption 2,50,000 shall be available to such as AOP BOI. I am repeating this point. Where none of the members has total income exceed the maximum exemption limit, in such case AOP will pay income tax on its total income at the slab rates which are the same as applicable to an individual, and the benefit of basic exemption is 2,50,000 shall be available to such as AOP and BOI. Number third, if AOP and BOI has paid tax to maximum marginal rate at a higher rate, the member's share in the total income of the firm will not be included in his total income. Chargeable to tax the maximum marginal rate at a rate higher than the maximum marginal rate. The share of a member therein shall not be included in his total income at all. Where the AOP BOI is chargeable to tax at the normal rate applicable to individual, etc. The share of a member therein shall be included in his total income, but rebate shall be given on the same under section 86. Now is a point to remember. Section 40BA, in case of AOP or BOI, the following amounts shall not be deducted in the calculation of the business income. Any payment of interest, salary, commission, bonus, and remunerations made by AOP or BOI to its member will also not be allowed as a deduction when they calculate the income of association of body. Rent is not covered by 40BA, therefore rent paid is allowed subject in the section 48 clause 2. Now we will be discussing the sum is a practical problem. It is evaluations, and we have discussions. Nevertheless, is disallowed in the interest of after section 40BA specified the method of determine income AOP BOI under the category profits, business and profession. Any payment such as interest, salary, bonus, commission, remuneration made by the association or body to a member cannot be claimed as a deduction. Only the net interest after deducting interest paid by the member will be disallowed. Here we are doing we will be to discuss the two example. This is the first example. Suppose AOP pays interest of rupees 40,000 to member R. One is a person on his capital loan, whereas R pays to rupees 31,000 as interest on his drawing to AOP. In case of 9,000, it means 40,000 minus 31,000 shall be disallowed under section 40BA to the AOP. AOP not allowed for the deduction this type of interest. But here the condition is changed. Suppose the interest has drawing is 48,000 rupees instead of 31,000. In case of nothing will be disallowed under section 40BA. But it is how? In addition, an amount is 8,000 rupees. 48,000 minus 40,000 will be subject to taxation of the AOP. Now we will be discussing example 2. Suppose AOP pays to rupees 24,000 as interest to a member R in his capital loan, whereas AOP charge is rupees 35,000 as interest from member S on his drawings. This is the practical problem. In this scenario, the amount of rupees 24,000 paid to R will not be permitted as a deduction under section 40BA, and the interest is rupees 35,000 left from S will be considered as a taxable income for the AOP. If an individual who is member in a representative capacity receive interest payment in a way that is not related to their role, he is responsible. When calculate of AOP BOI's profit, member salary paid by AOP BOI in their representative capacity, that is to a member on the behalf of actual Hindu undivided family, will not be deducted. Rent paid by AOP BOI for the use of the members' properties for commercial purpose may be deducted from AOP BOI's total income. An AOP BOI assessment will be conducted in the two ways. First is individual share of member uncertain indeterminate under section 167B clause 1. And when it comes to AOP and BOI, the specific shares of each member is determined at a fixed time. Under section 167B clause 1, BOI or AOP has an individual share of the group income that either unknown or uncertain. Tax will be applied on the group of total revenue at the maximum marginal rate, which as follows: 30% plus if appropriate is surcharge 10% or 15%, as well as education fees, and 3% is secondary higher education fees, SHAC. AOP total income at the same higher rate, any member income subject to rate higher than the maximum marginal rate. Maximum rate and the given AOP is 30% plus is surcharge 10 to 15% depending upon the situation plus 3%, it is 4% change. Rather than using maximum marginal rate, tax rate AOP will be 40% plus C's is a 44%. Foreign firm is a member of BOI and AOP. Here the one section 167B we have already discussed, and all situation we have discussed. Now is capital gain. From AOP and BOI will be subject to a special tax rate 20% or 10% as per section 112. Short-term capital gains mentioned is section 111A. Those I have already discussed in the special rate tax. We have already discussed section 86, 67. Now we will become end of the session is it is conclusions. It is we will be come to conclusions. End of the assessing individual according to Income Tax Act 1961, tax administration and complaints. Individual to have an understanding of Act's provision, including as per Income Tax Act 1961 slab deduction, exemption, tax saving, investments, calculate their tax liabilities correctly with the help of the practical problem. Effective record keeping and documentation and facilitating assessment procedures and reducing the likelihood of penalties and disagreements with tax authorities. Customized tax planning strategies aligned with the personal financial objectives and situation can enhance tax effectiveness while adhering a legal regulation. By staying informed and proactive in tax matters, individuals can fulfill their tax obligations and responsibilities and their financial well-being and that of the nations.